Hi there, this is Rene Rubocava with Odonet. Today I want to talk a little bit about WebMaps in the ArcGIS Online platform and how you as a developer might want to take advantage of using WebMaps in your application. So what I have here is a simple little app, and I'm just using a web map that I created in my ArcGIS Online developer account. And I've just got some points here that pop up on a map, and they've got this nice little pop-up, and I've got this dark gray canvas background. And that was done in my ArcGIS Online account here. I've got this web map here. So what the cool thing is, if you're a developer and you're building these applications, is that maybe you want to change what the map looks like. Maybe you want to add more layers to it. Well, instead of manually doing that in your code and trying to fit that in, you could just go back to the web map and update your map to reflect these changes that you want to make. So just go back to my map here. Let's give it a second to load up. All right, here we go. So now we got all our points in the map. So these are the enriched bars, meaning that these are bars that I have placed on a map, and I've enriched the data with the geo enrichment analysis tools. So I've got some population data in here. You've seen this in the previous video that I did before. This was some GeoJSON data I originally brought in. And if I turn this off and just turn on bars here, those were the raw data in here. So okay, so this is kind of cool. Maybe I want to tweak what the symbology for this looks like, so I can come over here and let's see here. If I want to change style, so I can come over here. Let's go to options, and let's go back here. Let's go for a heat map, because heat map's kind of cool. So let's select the heat map here, right? Let's pretty much go with the default. Default's kind of cool, like that, nice and bright. So it's done. Click save. Click on save here. So now it's going to save my web map in ArcGIS Online. And if I come back to my application, refresh the page, and there we go. I've got the heat map being reflected back to my application itself. That's a pretty quick way of being able to go ahead and update the map so that I can update the application itself. I'd have to go and rewrite my code to add the heat map layer and do all this client-side stuff. So okay, so this is kind of cool. Let's say now I want to add some more data to the map. So I can come in here. Let's browse the Living Atlas for some layers. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to go and pick something random in here. Let's go at 8. Ooh, tapestry looks kind of cool. All right. So we got the tapestry right to the map. Let's close that. All right, yeah, that's kind of cool. Although now my heat map doesn't look all that great, but it's okay. We'll tweak that right now. So let's go to the tapestry here. Let's do a bit of a transparency. Like 50% here. Okay, that's cool. Now, I do not pretend to be a cartographer, so I am not going to be great at doing this. But let's do counting colors here. We'll leave that at a default. All right, and this is not looking all that great for me. So let's turn that off. Let's just remove this tapestry here. That's pretty simple to do. Let's try just for let's try and find some highways or something. Let's go outside of my organization. So we have a world transportation, USA freeway system. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's kind of makes it stick out a little bit more. All right, cool. So now let's come back to my enriched bars here. Let's put the heat map back on this one. All right, and that color theme's a little funky, so it's not a big fan of that one. Let's see if this one here. No, not liking that one too much. Let's go with this one here. Okay, that's a little cooler. I like that a little bit more. So you kind of play around with the symbology and the color schemes of different things in here. All right, that's cool. So let's move this up, move this up. So it sits on top. And let's give this a little bit of a transparency here. They're kind of sticking out a bit too much for my taste. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and save this map. Okay, so now we've saved our map here. Now if I come back to my application and update it, and bam, we've got the updated web map in our application. So now I got a little bit too much information over here in my legend. So let's come over here, hide in legend. All right, I think that's all I need to do for that one. I don't think I have to hide this one here. Actually, I probably should, because this one's going to come up at a different scale. So we'll hide that one in legend too. Save it. Awesome. So now if I come over here, refresh my application again. So you can see that the freeways are no longer showing up in my legend here and making it all huge and stuff. So now what I have is I have a nice little updated web map. All right, that's very cool. There's tons of other stuff you can do in here. I could come in here and I could start adding all types of new layers. I can do all kinds of different analysis in here. So, and remember, if you have a developer account, analysis will use your credits. You get 50 credits a month. That's one of the things that actually uses up credits, and that's pretty good. That's all I need to do for this. A main benefit here is that if you are building some sort of, say, a larger enterprise application here that's really going to use this data and do some analysis on it in your own application, that's great. But if other people in your organization are going to want to have access to this map, but they don't need to have all of that analysis that's being done on your application, your client-side stuff, maybe you're tying into some other database information, pulling up some other records, and doing some other really cool stuff there. Someone just wants to see the map. Well, okay, that's great. I can go ahead and I can share this map, and I can create a web app for it. So if I create this web app now, I can just have a basic viewer, which is really cool. Maybe I want to have a directions app, so I'm going to have people that are going to want to visit these bars for whatever reason, maybe do some reconnaissance for me that I'm interested in maybe buying a bar. So I want to have some interns or something go out and get directions to these bars. So I'll create this little app here, and I'm going to go ahead and just call it bar analysis directions. Click on done here. And now we're going to get the setup for the application itself. And I'm pretty much just going to leave everything default. I will add bar directions here. I'll leave it default for the address. Let's see here. So right here it's telling you that this app is going to be using routes. So content marked with this little guy here means that's going to be using up credits from your service. So I'll just click check on that, saying that it's okay. Let's go ahead and do this. This is one of the things you want to be careful with if you share an app publicly, that you might use up all your credits by just a couple people doing stuff like this. So be very careful how you build up your apps to do this. All right. So destination layer, so the bars are my destination, and we're just going to do it in miles, right? I won't have any alternate settings here, so it's just going to save this. And click on done. Alright, so now awesome. So now I've got whatever application I'm building on my site that's a little bit more involved, that I said might be tying into some sort of sales information and various records and maybe some other database stuff that I'm kind of merging into my spatial data. And now I've got this direction application that I didn't have to write, that I just want to give to other people that I'm going to ask to go out and to check out these bars for me. Then they just need to be able to get directions somewhere. So these bars are actually out in Washington, and I do not know an address out here. My apologies. So I cannot pick an address to do a search from out here. But basically, this would just give them the directions to how to get to one of these bars that I've asked them to go check out. But again, it's just an application I didn't have to write. This is just something that was provided in the ArcGIS Online platform. And it makes it really easy for me to give these applications to other users that I don't have to write, because they're already built for me. And I don't really feel like writing something like this and putting it together if it's already there. I'd rather focus on the bigger application that's going to have a lot more content to it. So that's just a quick way of how you can work with WebMaps and use the ArcGIS Online platform to kind of enhance your workflow. Go ahead and try it out, play around with it a little bit. I'll try and cover a little bit more material about this in the future. Thank you.